today's plan, don't know if I'll succeed, but this is an old lamp. It was my grandfather's, and I've been using it for years, and you can see it's got some problems, and the cord has been wrapped and patched and extended, and I mean, it's only because it was Pops that I'm kind of wanting to save it. I like the lamp too. I just like the way, it's simple, and I'm pretty sure this was made in USA. That is USA, because it's, I don't know, I don't know, 40s, 30s, don't know. I mean, this has been, I don't know, replaced or something, but so the plan for today is see if I can pull this apart, make it look like something new again. I guess the best place to start is at the beginning, which is always confusing if you don't know what you're doing. Pull this off of here. Slide that down. Loosen these. All right, let me get some light here. I don't know what. There we go. Off. Off. So this is what we got. Just part of this too? Yes. It's over here. First thing I think I'm going to do is go over to the bench and try to fix this. I showed you in the first part of the video that this was pulling apart, which comes out. I can't get it to, this was an old piece and this was a new piece because I needed this particular kind of base. I did this years ago, I don't know exactly when, but this was, I wanted the push through, the slide bar. And the other one that was on there was, I don't know, something different. I think it was a twist switch. So in order to make this work, I took them apart and put these two together. Now this was old and worn, as you can see. It's pretty worn here. I don't know if I'd be able to bend these so that they hook. You see these things act like little latches and go in here and hook up. It seems fairly solid like this, but when you put the shade on it and then try to move it, it gives extra leverage and it pops it out. So what I've done here, this is going to be like everything else I do, sketchy. I've marked this on the outside to indicate where I can go through here, so I could drill that and not have a problem with interfering with the wires inside. And I also have a corresponding mark on the other side to go in here, which looks like, yeah, that might need to be moved over just a little on this one. So right here someplace. All right. So, and I'm going to give this a try and see what happens. I'm going to drill this, and I don't have any idea where I got these. I'm no clue, but I had them in a drawer here. I'm going to put these little screws in there. Put two of them in. That should get me enough. That should be enough for it to hold, I think. So here goes. I'm horrible with little drill bits, but this isn't like I'm drilling through 1/4 inch plate or anything. So let's see if we can get this to... Alright, did that go all the way through? Looks like it. Okay, good. Now, get me a mini screwdriver here. Let's see how that comes out. I'm gonna have to order some microscopic screws online because I don't know anywhere to pick them up offhand. Okay, so now that should solve my problem, I think. So let's give that let's do one more. Uh-oh. Yeah, I think it was this one. All right. Let me give that a squeeze so she sits down in there a little better. Bet you never seen anybody do this before. Hope there's enough meat on that to hold it. It's mighty thin. Yeah, should have probably drilled it up a little higher. All right, let's find my other screw here. Come here. There we go. All right. Now I think between these two screws, should actually put 3 in this, so she's nice all the way around. But between the 2 screws and all these little latches that run interference, I think this should be it. Okay, we'll try that again. Yeah, how about knocking the bush off of this thing? Magnetic tip. I'm gonna find my demagnetizer. On in. There we go. Okay. Now, that should give that plenty of oomph. Alright, so that aspect is done. Alright, I'm going to start sanding this internal pipe and this ballast weight foot for this. I'll put it in on the lathe here. It'll be the easiest way to do this. So, might as well get to her. Okay, can you see that swirl? I don't know if you can see it in the camera or not. I think I'm going to leave that like that. I think that's kind of cool. What I'll end up doing is I'll paint this. I'm going to mask this off and paint these. I'm going to hit them. Well, you'll see when I'm done. Alright, now I got to pull this out of here and finish this piece off. I'll have to hit this one up too. See if I can't duplicate that swirl on this one. Shouldn't be bad. Shouldn't be hard to do. I'm pretty close there now. Alright, let me finish this out. We're back. These are the curvy pieces I was telling you about. I'm going to clean these up with a wire brush here. Would it be better to do with a sandblaster? Yeah, maybe, but drag all that out. These are only small, so it's not like there's a million things here to do. You know? I'm going to try to take some of that old paint off of there and maybe give this a little bit of a brush effect. It's going to buff and wire wheel at the same time. That, I think, a mouse made a nest in the crate that I had all these wire wheels in. So here goes. Let's see how this is going to be. Alright, this is the third day of working on this thing. Was it worth it? Well, I don't know. I mean, all in all, I wouldn't get the quality that this thing is today unless I spent like whatever, $200, $300 on the lamp. So I have the pieces here assembled. I got these things, some of the tin pieces painted. I really wanted hammered bronze rather than hammered copper, but that's all they had. So their hammered bronze was sold out. So now this, I didn't bother to, if I had whatever, and maybe an English wheel or something, and to straighten out all these things, it would not be perfect anyway. So all I did was, I took the majority, the biggest dents and stuff out of it, and I got her around, sort of. I mean, it doesn't need to be perfect, and it adds character. I mean, this thing is, I'm pretty sure this is from the 20s or 30s or something. It's old. So, it's been around, it's got lumps and bruises and bumps and bangs, just like me. Alright, well there's one part of it. We'll get started. I'm going to put this back together here and see how this goes. Alright, next we got the little pedestal. Then we got the egg looking thing. And the long one with the ball in the middle. I'm gonna have to put this on the tilt. I don't really remember exactly what all I spent on this to get this back together, but again, if I would have bought one of this quality today, new, it'd have been a couple $100. So I'm damn sure in under that. That's for sure. Okay. Now I'm gonna well, you know what? I can probably, well, let me screw this down here first. I lost the original brass nut for this. I don't know what I did with it, and I searched everywhere in my shop this morning to try to find it, and to no avail. So, that being what it is, I had to go buy one. And it's white metal rather than, like the original one was brass. Alright, do I have a, no I don't. Right. Now for the ornament, I'm not sure. Yeah, I guess I ain't gonna cry about that. See, we got a little silver there. Well, we're in it now, so I'm gonna keep on rolling. That'll look better. I'd be happier with it if it was brass, but this isn't going to be perfect. And I'm going to be using this modern aluminum shade for it too. So this is basically what we're getting here. What do you think? I don't think she looks too shabby. Alright, there's a couple things I need to do. I'm going to correct the threads in here. I'm going to put some kind of filler in there. I don't know whether it's going to be steel wool or maybe if I got shim thin enough to put in there, only because this is loose. Now I like this option to turn this back and forth, but she's a little bit loose for my liking, so I'll put something in there to take up on those threads. And I still have to run the wires up through this and wire that in. Alright, so I will, yeah, let me get around, get the stuff around, and I'll bring you back. You ever heard of an expression pushing a wet noodle uphill? Well, that's what this is going to be like. Now, I could go get the vacuum cleaner, put it on here, suck a piece of string through, and tie this up, but I think this should go through here without too much problem. Well, we're going to see. Okay, there we are, peeking out the other end. Look at that. What do you know about that? First, I got to go through here. Alright, that's accomplished. Next, through the smoke pipe. All right. Now, how we're going to do this without twisting that wire up inside is going to be a trick, but there we are. Let me scoot you over here a little bit. It's still in view. All right. Now, next, through the base. I don't know if that's gonna. Okay, yep, all right, I can pull that, very good. Now, what we need to do is attach this to our Edison base. like. Yeah. It's just a regular screwdriver. Okay. These are all backed out and ready to rock and roll. Set this here. Lever. Tug and pull that back. Needs to be a little longer. Let me take a little more insulation off of this. It's a little easier to wrap. Oh, pardon me. Can you see them? I mean, these things are puny. But that's what I needed to use. Okay, the final step of the process. And when you wrap these around here, I try to wrap these around clockwise. That way when you tighten, it won't spin the wire back out. Well, in theory. If you wrap it around the other way, as you twist and you get more pressure on there, the screw has a tendency to push the wire out. If you go with the flow on that, in other words, wrap it clockwise, as you tighten, it should help pull that in and hold it in place better. Okay, so I'm not liking the way that's sticking out here. Brush that out a little bit, and we'll give that a trim. Alright, push her across the divide, fold her in, put the screw in. I think I have a functioning lamp. We'll find out here in 1 second. I'll bring it all put back together. And she's back home where she was. What do you think? Not too terrible looking, huh? I think it was worth it. Took a couple days, but got her back. She's tight. She looks a lot better than it did. A lot better. Now, that my floor might be out, or that might be sitting on the cord, is why that's wobbling a little bit, but okay. I have a working, functioning light that's not going to fall apart on me again. I don't think it came out terribly bad. I mean, you know, it is what it is. All right, thanks for watching.